Welcome to the abundance video where we're going to be talking all things abundance. Where does abundance come from? What is the source? And how do you bring more of that into your life? My name is Jenny. Welcome back to Starseed Academy. I see all you beautiful Starseed souls and lightworkers out there, and anyone else new to the channel, welcome. So here's the good news and the bad news about abundance is that it's completely up to you. That actually triggers a lot of people when you tell them that manifesting their abundance and their finances is in their own hands. They don't want to hear that because that means then so far they haven't done maybe a very good job at bringing that into their lives. But it's never too late to open the channel to abundance and to learn how to become an abundant spirit, because that's the key. Because abundance begins within you. You have to create it as a state, as an energetic way of being before it can physically manifest into your life. Everything, we know this, everything starts as energy first. So when you're trying to manifest something, the energy is the first origination point of that. A lot of people view it as their thoughts and their hopes and their wishes kind of floating up here in the etheric realms, and then they slowly start to trickle down, becoming more and more solid until they become a physical manifestation in your life. But the truth is that it starts inside your body, because your energy centers are where the real power is at, all of your chakras and your energetic state as a whole. And you actually project that energy outwards, especially from your heart. It projects everything that you are, the state of being. So how you're feeling, where you're at, how healthy you are, everything about your being is projected outwards. And what it does is it pulls in, like a magnet, all of the matching circumstances. So if you're high vibing and feeling amazing and walking your talk and on your soul path, and you're sending out this very confident and happy and joyful vibe, it emanates out of your energetic body, out of your aura, and it goes in search of all of the things that match it, and it brings it back to you so that you will have circumstances, people, opportunities, all of the things in your life that match the state of frequency that you're at. So if we want to see more abundance in our life, and abundance can be many things. Abundance to me, it means freedom. Like the freedom to live my life how I choose to live it, to not be under anyone's thumb, and to be able to support myself in my day-to-day life, so that I'm not relying on any outward sources. Everything that I need comes from within me. That's true freedom. And to me, that means abundance. But abundance can mean something different to everyone. Some people want to be abundant in experiences. They want to travel the world. Some people want to be abundant in relationships. They want really close, lots of really close friends that are aligned with their vibe. And other people want abundance financially. They want a great big bank account, and that's what makes them feel good. And even yet, some people just want things like an abundance of material things because they love all of their things and they want to have that. There's nothing wrong with that, because all of that abundance, everything that we just mentioned, it all comes from having an abundant spirit. And an abundant spirit is a generous spirit. So you need to cultivate a generous spirit. You need to become a generous being in order to bring this abundance into your life. So if you're looking for abundance, then you should actually be focusing on, how can I be more generous? You can be generous with your kindness. You can be generous with your time. You can be generous with your efforts. You can be generous in patience. Those are actually really good ones. And if you focus on that, then you will be set. Being generous of your time is a tricky one. That's a tough one to understand, because we all have these limiting beliefs that if we give of our time to another or to a cause, then we're actually subtracting it from our own life. So you view it as adding on to someone else or something else and subtracting from you. So somehow you'll be less than. And that is lack mentality. So that is the belief that there's not enough good, not enough time, not enough abundance for everyone and everything. And it's simply not true, because abundance is energy, and energy is unlimited. There's no physical cap on energy. Abundance can't be limited. It wouldn't make any sense, and it would go against the laws of the universe. Energy never dies. It just continually flows and transforms. And there is more than enough, not just for us, not just for others, but for our entire planet, for other planets, for galaxies, for the universe. It's unending. So if you have lack built around your giving of your time or the giving of kindness, some people feel like, I can even think of like some relationships that I know, where you feel like if you're too kind to your partner, then they won't smarten up. Does that make sense? I bet you know someone that's doing this though. And it's not that they're doing it out of like hatred or, you know, a dark place. It's just that they truly believe if they give too much kindness, too much of a good thing, then that person will become lackadaisical, they will not try as hard, they will perhaps be too happy and too satisfied, and then not be working towards making their partner happy and satisfied. Can you see the lack mentality in there? Can you see the limiting belief? Because if you were a generous spirit who always went all in, because remember, we fill ourselves up first. We carve out the time for ourselves. 15 minutes a day should be dedicated to alone time, to meditation or journaling or stretching your body or all three. And 15 minutes is the minimum, but feel free to expand that. I at least do a half an hour a day, if not a bit longer. And that fills you up with creativity, inspiration, kindness, healing, love, divinity, like divine light. You should be overflowing if you're sticking to that routine. You have more than enough to give. So get out of that limiting belief that you can't give someone 100%. You can't be 100% kind. Or give your time. If you've committed to something, then be there. Be present. Give that time. In the example of the relationship, do you know how much you would actually get back? You would get back so much more from your partner if you acted that way. Because what we put out comes back to us. So if you're only going to give them 80%, 90% kindness and patience and time, then you can expect 90% back. And is that a full life? To some, it's enough, and that's good. But for me, I want to live expansively. I actually want to stretch the limits and see, can I go even further than 100%? I want that all back too, and that's okay. It's normal to want to give and receive. You can't just give, but in the giving, you create the receiving. It's a cycle of energy where you give out and you bring it back. The key to abundance and opening the door to abundance is gratitude and generosity. So if you're holding back out of a limiting belief or a fear of lack, that there's not enough, don't feel bad. We've all been there. I actually had something big for me last month come up around this exact subject, and suddenly I could just see it. I suddenly saw it. You can't heal it if you don't see it. So this is why you need to be really honest with yourself and be doing the work, the shadow work. Suddenly I just saw that I was actually holding back a little bit in all of these areas of my life out of a fear of safety. Like I didn't feel completely safe to go all in. And yet when I broke down that barrier and I decided, no, I'm going all in on whatever it is, relationship, an opportunity, a job, an experience, whatever. If you go all in, then you will just receive that back. This is creating an abundant life. And when you do this, going all in, you create momentum, right? You create this momentum of energy, and you get that stagnant wheel of lack. All of the rust just flies off of it, and it turns into this smooth, beautiful wheel of giving and receiving. And that is how it's supposed to be. that is actually balance also of the divine masculine and the divine feminine energy. It's just balance in every way. So get the momentum going by becoming more generous, because it's up to you to make that first step. And then you have to be consistent. That's what momentum is. Consistency gets the wheel going, gets your life turning. And don't forget to be searching within you during all of this, because as you become more generous, it will come up. The limiting beliefs will show themselves. They will rear their ugly heads. And you need to turn within and pluck them out of yourself. Lovingly, like gently, have a look at what's really going on in there and decide, do I want to keep this? Or do I want to toss this limiting belief and decide that there are no limits, that I don't buy into limits anymore, that I'm going to prove to myself by trying going all in and seeing what becomes of my life. Because if you are the source of your life, and we know this, and if you don't know this yet, please go and research the law of attraction, how like attracts like, how thoughts become things, okay? Because we are actually creating from within ourselves everything around us. We are creating all of the circumstances and the relationships and the opportunities, the lessons, the triggers, the failures, all of it. If that's coming from within you and projecting out to pull in all of the matching circumstances, and you're truly creating your life, and you know that, and you understand it, and you believe it, and you've seen it in action, then why would you not also believe that you are the source of your abundance? Why do we believe that we need an outside source to bring finances in? Outside of us, a job, another person, any outward source to give us the abundance that we need to live a happy, fruitful life. Why would that be the one thing that wasn't created within? It wouldn't be, would it? That makes no sense. So where does that belief come from? Well, that is one of the most powerful programs in place right now in the third dimension. It's the 9-to-5 program. And it's time for you to unplug from that programming. Where did it start? It started when you were born. It started the moment you were born. These programs are built in, and then they are reestablished by our parents. I mean, think about everything that you've ever been told about abundance by your grandparents, your parents, your aunts and uncles, your family, your friends, your job, your boss, your coworkers. What do they all say? They say, get a job, and you need to be really grateful for that job. And you need to work really, really hard and put all of your time and effort into it, and stay really loyal and stay there a really long time, and actually spend most of your time, most of your day, most of your week, most of your life working for someone else, towards someone else's goals, towards someone else's dreams. What? That doesn't make any sense. As soon as you start to think about it logically like this, you kind of break the hold that it has on you. You wake up like, what? No, I don't buy into that. Why would we choose that? Why would that be a way of being? Every soul, every individual has their own dreams that they should be working towards, their own goals, and their own source of abundance. And so if that person has a beautiful dream and a beautiful goal and is working hard and has created a business, good for them. They're doing it. So why are you going to them for your abundance? Why are you turning to them to take all of their beautiful plenty and give you a little? I mean, if you're truly wanting freedom and you're truly wanting to live life on your own terms, then that just doesn't make sense for you, does it? So how do we unplug? Just unplug ourselves from this programming, remove it from our systems. How do we do that? Well, you have to believe. You have to truly believe that you are the source and the creator of everything in your life. And that can't disclude some things like abundance. That's not how it works. In order to really believe this, I think you should study it. I think you should research it until you get like an unshakable confidence about the fact that everything in your life is coming from in here. And it is. go research the things that I mentioned, the law of attraction, the law of one, and how like attracts like, and how our thoughts become things. And research the power of the different vibrations and frequencies and what they create. Really start to understand the basics of spirituality to build that very strong platform and foundation for you to then grow from, for you to then thrive from. After you develop that very strong belief within and you know it, and you've totally stopped buying in to this 9-to-5 system, and you see it clearly for what it is, then it's time to do some affirmations, do some energy work. So there are so many beautiful affirmations that you can do for abundance, such as I create my life. I am the source of abundance. I am my own source of abundance. I take care of myself. All of my needs are met by the universe. If I follow my soul path and my mission, everything that I need will be given to me. Whatever beliefs and sayings and affirmations make sense for you. If you'd like me to make a video of abundance affirmations, then I can do that. Just let me know in the box below. I recently made an affirmations video for ascension and raising your vibration and like activating the awareness within. And it's so beautiful. You should check that out if you haven't checked it out yet. But if you'd like a video on abundance affirmations, then just let me know. But affirmations are incredibly powerful because you can have them running in the background as you're doing things, you're cleaning the house, getting ready, whatever, or you can be meditating with them, repeating them. You can say them as you're driving to work, as you're driving home, on your lunch break. You can say them on a beautiful nature walk. You can talk about them with your guides and your higher self until you really start to get it. And it sinks so deep within, deeper than that programming that we've removed of 9-to-5. Once we open our eyes to how silly it was, it's ridiculous. You don't need to work for someone else's dreams. You need to work for your own dreams. How silly is that? Let's change our lives and the way that the world works. So after you get the belief and the studying in, and you do the affirmations and the meditations, and you're living this belief and you're talking about it all the time, then it's time for action. Then it's time to start taking action towards this new lifestyle. If you want help with that, check out my video, How to Find Your Soul Purpose. That's about finding the pathway that works for you so that you can embody your soul while you're here on earth and really live out and commit to your earth mission, like the reason why you came to earth, the mission for what you're here to do. But the most important action that you can take is becoming that generous spirit that we talked about. Really, that is the most transformational thing that you can do, because by remembering to be generous in every moment, it's going to start altering not only your actions and your interactions with others, but your energy. It will start changing your DNA. You'll become a truly generous spirit in kindness, generous in kindness, generous with your time, generous with your efforts, generous in your patience with others. How many ways can you be generous? You should be thinking about that on a daily basis. Basically, you're going to become abundance. You're going to vibrate at the frequency of abundance. And then life can't help but send you the most abundant circumstances, the most abundant experiences and people and finances, because abundance isn't limited to one thing like your material things like a new car. It's not just that, it is that, but it's everything. And so when you become abundance within, you vibrate at that frequency, you will live an abundant lifestyle. There is no other way that it could be. It is the law of the universe. So really, it's not that complicated, but it does take work on your behalf. It takes becoming that generous spirit. It takes unplugging from the 9-to-5 beliefs and programming, and searching yourself and your system for any limiting beliefs based around lack that still remain there. And when they rear up, not stuffing them down, but allowing them to come up to be looked at and decided upon if you still want to believe that way. That's how you do the shadow work around abundance. That's how you remove the blocks around abundance. Get really vulnerable with this. Get really real and really willing to look at yourself and your life and what you've created so far. You are responsible, so become responsible. I have no doubt that you're going to be able to create this momentum because you're going to start focusing on it every day. And a little bit every day adds up to a lot, adds up to a lifetime. So please let me know if you have any questions about abundance or anything talked about in today's video. And remember, if you want some abundance affirmations, to let me know as well. Please like this video, share this video. So many people need this information. Please share this one. This is a good one to share. This is a good one to help others. Ooh, that is a generous spirit, sharing information with others that helps them thrive too, and not just holding it for yourself. Remember to subscribe before you leave today, because you're going to get new videos 3 times a week, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday. That is truly abundant. And don't forget that I have services and one-on-one sessions with clients. If you want to sign up for that, or if you want to see the other things that I'm up to, find me on the other corners of the internet like Facebook and Instagram. All of those links are just in the description box below. Just click the link and it opens up to tell you everything that I'm up to. And the most important thing for you to do now is to remember to listen to your heart and the quiet voice within, because you are so much more than the body you are in. Have a great day. Bye.